Hey investors, it's R here, and let me tell you, the finance world is changing faster than ever. We're talking seismic shifts, folks, not just baby steps. Did you know that trillions of dollars are pouring into ESG investments? That's right, environmental, social, and governance factors are now driving investment decisions like never before. We're seeing new regulations, political shakeups, and a whole new breed of investors who demand more than just profits. If you're still stuck in the old ways of thinking, you're getting left behind. With new regulations, political shifts, and evolving market trends, the way we invest is changing fast. If you're an investor or just curious about the future of finance, you can't afford to miss this video. Stick around as we break down the biggest ESG finance trends and how they're impacting your money. Listen up, because this is where the rubber meets the road. Over the past few years, ESG investing has gone through the roof. We're not talking about a little blip on the radar, people. This is a full-blown revolution. In 2024 alone, just last year, ESG-related assets under management hit a record high. And hold on to your hats, because experts are predicting that by 2030, ESG investments could make up over half. That's 50% of total global assets. You think this is a fad? Think again. This is where the smart money is going. But why? What's driving this massive shift? Let me break it down for you. First, we've got government regulations breathing down everyone's necks. Countries around the world, from the US to the EU, are cracking down with stricter ESG disclosure rules. Companies that used to get away with polluting our planet and treating their workers like dirt, those days are over. Now they've got to answer to the ESG police, and let me tell you, these regulators are playing for keeps. Fail to meet those environmental and social standards, and you're looking at hefty penalties, lawsuits up the wazoo, and investors running for the hills. Second, we've got consumer and investor demand, and this is a real game changer. People are waking up, folks. They're realizing that their money has power, and they're not afraid to use it. More and more investors, especially younger generations, want to put their hard-earned cash into businesses that actually give a damn about the planet and the people on it. They're done lining the pockets of greedy corporations that prioritize profits over everything else. Studies are showing that nearly 80% of investors now consider ESG factors when making investment decisions. That's a tidal wave of change, folks, and if you're not riding that wave, you're going to get crushed. Finally, and this is where the real money talks, we've got risk management. Companies with strong ESG policies, the ones that are actually walking the walk, not just talking the talk, they tend to outperform their peers in the long run. Why? Because they're better prepared for the future. They face fewer legal headaches, they're more resilient to economic downturns, and they attract the best and brightest talent. So ESG is no longer just about doing good, it's about making smart, strategic financial decisions that reduce your risks and boost your returns. Alright folks, let's talk politics. I know, nobody wants to hear about politicians, but the reality is, whether you like it or not, government policies have a huge impact on your investments, especially when it comes to ESG. We're talking about the rules of the game, the regulations that can make or break entire industries. And right now, there are three major regulatory trends that every single investor needs to have on their radar. First up, we've got the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, and they're cracking down on greenwashing like never before. You know what I'm talking about? Those companies that slap a green label on their products and try to pass themselves off as eco-warriors when in reality, they're polluting up a storm behind closed doors. Well, the jig is up. The SEC is putting its foot down, demanding stricter reporting requirements and forcing companies to back up their sustainability claims with hard data. No more smoke and mirrors, folks. It's time to show me the money, or in this case, the environmental impact. Second, we've got a whole different ballgame at the state level. While the feds are pushing for more ESG transparency, some states are pumping the brakes, especially when it comes to industries like oil and gas. We're seeing a real political divide here, folks, with some states embracing ESG and others fighting it tooth and nail. This means that ESG-friendly investments might thrive in certain regions while facing roadblocks in others. It's a patchwork of regulations, and investors need to be aware of the lay of the land before they plant their flag. Third, and this is a big one, we've got international influence coming into play. The European Union, with its Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, or CSRD, is throwing its weight around, and even US companies are feeling the heat. If you want to do business in Europe, you better be ready to play by their ESG rules, and those rules are tough. The bottom line is this: if you're serious about ESG investing, you can't afford to ignore the political landscape. Government policies can make or break your portfolio, so stay informed, do your homework, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty in the world of policy and regulation. Now, ESG is a game changer, no doubt about it, but it's not the only force reshaping the finance world. We're living in a time of unprecedented technological innovation, economic uncertainty, and shifting consumer behavior, all of which are creating both risks and rewards for savvy investors. So, let's dive into three key finance industry trends that are going to shake things up in the years to come. First up, we've got the interest rate roller coaster, and right now it looks like we might be headed for a dip. The Federal Reserve has been dropping hints about potential rate cuts in 2025, and that's sending ripples through the entire financial system. Cheaper loans mean businesses can borrow more money to invest and grow, and consumers might be more likely to open their wallets if they're not getting slammed with high interest rates on their credit cards. This could lead to a surge in stock prices and a boost in consumer spending, which is good news for investors, but hold your horses, because there's always a flip side. Lower interest rates also mean lower returns on savings accounts and bonds, so if you're relying on those for income, you might need to adjust your strategy. Second, we've got the cybersecurity arms race heating up, and this is one trend that's only going to get bigger and badder. With cyber threats becoming more sophisticated and more frequent, banks and financial institutions are pouring billions. That's right, billions with a B into beefing up their security systems. We're talking about next-level tech here, folks, like AI-powered fraud detection, blockchain-based transactions that are virtually unhackable, and biometric authentication that makes passwords look like something out of the Stone Age. This is the future of finance, and it's all about keeping your money safe and sound in an increasingly digital world. Third, we've got sustainable finance initiatives going mainstream, and this is where the real opportunity lies. Green bonds, carbon credit trading, climate-focused funds, these are not just buzzwords anymore, folks, they're becoming the norm. Major banks and investment firms are pouring money hand over fist into clean energy projects, electric vehicles, sustainable infrastructure, you name it. If it's green, they're investing in it. And for good reason. This is where the growth is, this is where the future is, and if you want to be a part of it, you need to get on board now. Alright folks, we've covered a lot of ground here, but let's cut to the chase. What does all of this mean for you, the average investor trying to make sense of this rapidly changing financial landscape? Well, I'm here to tell you it's both exciting and a little bit daunting, but with the right knowledge and the right mindset, you can turn these trends into opportunities. First and foremost, you've got to embrace the ESG revolution. This is not just a passing fad, folks, this is the future of investing. If you're not already incorporating ESG factors into your investment decisions, you're playing catch-up. Start by looking at your own portfolio. Are you invested in companies that align with your values? Are you supporting businesses that are making a positive impact on the world? If not, it might be time to make some changes. Consider adding sustainable stocks, ETFs, or green bonds to your portfolio. Do your research, talk to a financial advisor, and start putting your money where your mouth is. Second, you've got to be prepared for the interest rate roller coaster. Like I said, the Fed is hinting at potential rate cuts, and that's going to have a ripple effect on everything from mortgages to car loans to the stock market. If you're thinking about buying a house or a car, now might be a good time to lock in a lower interest rate. But if you're relying on savings accounts or bonds for income, you might need to explore other options. Talk to a financial advisor about strategies for maximizing your returns in a low interest rate environment. Third, you've got to get tech savvy. The future of finance is digital, folks, there's no getting around it. Online banking, mobile payments, cryptocurrency, these are not just for tech geeks anymore. They're becoming essential tools for managing your money. Make sure you're comfortable with online banking and mobile payment apps. If you're feeling adventurous, you might even want to dip your toes into the world of cryptocurrency, but be careful out there. It's a wild west. And most importantly, protect yourself. Strong passwords, two-factor authentication, and a healthy dose of skepticism can go a long way in keeping your money safe from cyber criminals. The bottom line is this. The financial world is changing faster than ever, but that doesn't mean you have to get left behind. By staying informed, adapting to new trends, and embracing the power of technology, you can navigate the future of finance with confidence and come out ahead. So there you have it, folks. The finance world is changing right before our eyes, and ESG investing is leading the charge. With new regulations, technological innovations, and a whole new generation of investors demanding change, the old ways of doing business are quickly becoming obsolete. The best investors, the ones who will thrive in this new landscape, are those who stay informed, adapt to change, and never stop learning. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think ESG investing is the future or just a passing trend? What finance industry trend excites you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video if you found it valuable. Subscribe for more daily finance updates and turn on notifications so you never miss a money-making opportunity. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.